contest is a singles match scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, from Sacramento, California, weighing in at 305 pounds, the most feared J.R. Kratos!
Look at that size of this guy, the most feared J.R. Kratos. And he's got all the intangibles, Blake. He's trained with Ralph Gracie for his ground game. He's also trained with the babyface assassin, Josh Barnett. And that's something you can certainly respect.
I always say technique is king, but if you can get some size and strength behind your technique, you are unstoppable. And this is a big boy with fantastic technique. Let's see what Mike Bennett plans on doing with him.
Like I said, James, I bet he's got a chip on his shoulder that he wasn't included in the big tournament.
Yeah, look no further. I mean, yes, obviously great physique, big guy, but look into Kratos' eyes and you can see the intensity.
And introducing his opponent, from Boston, Massachusetts, weighing in at 206 pounds, Mike Bennett!
Mike Bennett claiming in the interview earlier that at the top of the program that he is a pissed off Mike Bennett after what happened last time in his bid for the illustrious 10 pounds of gold. What a wild main event match that was with Nick Aldis. I mean, within the first minute, the referee was out of action. And then Mike Bennett got tombstone on the ramp, fought his way back, hit not one but two Hail Marys on the champ, came within an eyelash of defeating the real world's champion.
You'll see losses do two things to people. It'll either deflate their confidence or they're going to come back better than they were before. And I have a feeling after hearing what he said earlier on the program, he's going to come back even better than he was in that Aldis match.
And although Bennett was pissed off at the start of the program, he's probably feeling a little better now that he knows he'll be in that field, the Elite Eight, if you will, in the United Wrestling Network World Championship Tournament. He drew Davey Boy Smith Jr., that quarterfinal matchup in 2 weeks, but you cannot look past this man.
Can't look past him, and again, look in the eyes of Kratos. Yeah, you might be right, Todd. He might feel incredibly snubbed. He has a statement that he wants to make.
I will say this would be a fantastic, almost warm-up match for a Davey Boy Smith. Big guy, great catch wrestler. This would be a very good, I don't know if I'd call it a warm-up match. Kratos is a big scary dude.
That's not a warm-up for anybody.
Well, would Bennett's confidence be completely shattered if he comes up on the short end of that?
All good questions to ask leading into this 8-man tournament for the world title.
You know, and Kratos is certainly going to turn some heads here. Championship committee chose their field of 8. I think they put in some long hours and we're burning the candle at both ends and the midnight oil and all those things to get this group of 8. But, you know, if Kratos gets the win here, he kind of makes a bid. He should have been in that group of 8.
Definitely makes a case for himself, but look, there's 8 spots, and if you want Kratos in there, it means you have to take somebody out, and that's a tough call in and of itself. But Kratos certainly is a very decorated competitor. He's been all over the world, did a 7-week tour with All Japan, faced the likes of Jun Akiyama and Tajiri.
You know, if Kratos really wants to get into that 8-man tournament, all he's got to do is rip Bennett's arm off tonight, and he might be the replacement. Who knows?
There you go, yeah. Don't say it too loud. Don't give him any ideas. And Mike Bennett, you know, going into that match for the NWA World's Heavyweight title, said that he was fighting to get honor back to his name, back to his family. So you mentioned it, a single consecutive loss here on Primetime Live. And you got to imagine would put those doubts right back in his head, would really damage his psyche. And the big man using some of that grappling early.
I'm going to throw a name out, and that's Jim Braddock. And that's who I think of when I see Mike Bennett. Somebody, you know, from the boxing world back in the day that learned what he was fighting for, and that was for his family, and that motivated him to become a world champion, and I see that same motivation in Mike Bennett.
Yeah, the Cinderella man, you know, James Braddock, but again, we got to mention that Mike Bennett has the credentials. Okay, here's a guy that was an IWGP Tag Team Champion, a Ring of Honor Tag Team Champion, X Division Champion. in Impact Wrestling. But he wants the world title, and he'll have his opportunity. And he's got a big challenge, though, standing in his way in JR Kratos.
You got to respect that Bennett's not backing down at all. He just went head on with Kratos. Neither guy went down, but I give him a ton of respect because Kratos is significantly bigger than he is. Another big collision. Man, Kratos is over 6 feet tall. Look at how wide his limbs are. That guy's built like a 6 foot tall fire hydrant.
Guy just lives, you know, power lifter, grappler. So he's not a one-trick pony. He's not going to be what you would expect, just all power, all striking slams. If it goes to the ground, he's got great submission grappling as well. As I mentioned, trained under Ralph Grayson. Swing and a miss though, using his speed, veteran tactics. There, Bennett. Man, like a big defensive lineman, just bull rushing to the backfield there. Close the gap in a hurry. Did Kratos.
Yeah, and this matchup for Mike Bennett, very different pace than what happened with him when he took on Nick Aldis. That one went off the rails in a hurry. This one, much more methodical, but as it spills to the outside now, maybe a little bit deja vu for Mike Bennett.
Bennett has got to continue to use his agility. He does not want to stand toe-to-toe with Kratos. Big strikes. He cannot keep trading those.
That echoed off the walls of Thunder Studios. Thunder Studios living up to its name there with that Thunder shot.
The epicenter of pro wrestling, Thunder Studios, absolutely living up to its namesake there.
Boy, big shots, big strikes. I mean,
Bennett's got to change the game plan. He needs to turn this into a grappling match. This striking is not paying off for him. Earlier on, he did a better job of doing some technical wrestling on Kratos. He has got to get the match back into that style of battle.
Yeah, I'm with you. I don't think Bennett's going to win a stand-up war here with the most feared. But maybe, you know, trying to get the big guy to himself out. But that is a dangerous game to play.
That's definitely a game of brush roulette, having those big lunchbox hands swinging at your head.
That is not a proposition I would take Kratos up on, to be getting nailed with those. But
well, where's Kratos going here, though?
What's on his mind?
Kratos rolling to the outside and, you know, trying to get Bennett to chase. I mean, he had a wild look in his eyes, did Kratos. I don't know what the big guy was thinking.
He looked like he was up to something. I thought a chair might have been coming out, or I don't know.
Took his eye off the ball, though. Could cost some, but it ends up sending Bennett crashing into the stairs. He could be severely injured. He's clutching at that knee.
Oh, nasty shot into the steps there for Mike Bennett, who can't even get back to his feet.
People ask Nature Boy, why do you love Car Shield so much? I say because I choose my mechanic and coverage. That includes towing and roadside assistance. Expensive car repairs can kiss my woo!
On Sunday, July 11th, everybody dies. Lance Archer is coming to Memphis Wrestling. Get your VIP experience tickets now at ChampionshipWrestlingMemphis.com.
Do you have what it takes to become a pro wrestler? Prove it with the best in Memphis Wrestling. I'm head coach King Cobra, and I want to see what you've got. Hit me up today at ChampionshipWrestlingMemphis.com.
Our next free watch party at Dave & Buster's is WWE Money in the Bank. Join us Sunday, June 20th. It's free to watch. Plus, you'll get a free game card. That's Dave & Buster's Wolf Chase.
As it were, but it's costing him big time. You know, if he gets by Kratos, what is he going to have left going into that tournament?
Well, you're not kidding. I mean, his quarterfinal match with Davey Boy Smith Jr. is 2 weeks away, and he could be feeling some residual damage if this continues. I mean, he is really getting taken to task by the big man. Not where you want to be. I mean, if I'm Mike Bennett after what happened on Primetime Live, I don't get anywhere near that ramp.
No, never again. And, you know, Bulletproof, you may have been prophetic here because he is just taking so much damage that Kratos might have to be the one to move on. But Bennett switching momentum now.
Oh, he's looking for that Hail Mary. His version of that pile driver. He almost won the 10 pounds of gold when he spiked Nick Aldis. But look at the lower body. Those are tree trunk legs. It'd be tough to get him up in this, and now reversing the other way.
Bennett's got to do everything he can to get down from here. Oh, lucky. That would have been a big slam.
Super kick. Backs the big man up. If only a few steps, picks him up. Oh, the strike like this. Death Valley driver on the ramp by Bennett.
Bennett evening things out with that big slam on the ramp.
Absolutely turned the tide there. So impressive on one good leg. to get Kratos up in that Death Valley driver position and to hit it on the ramp.
Had roles been switched there, Bennett might in 2 weeks not have been in that tournament. He might have been in a hospital bed. He's been taking a lot of damage tonight.
And you mentioned it, how, you know, and that superhuman effort there, Herculean effort by Bennett to get him up, get that Death Valley driver, and let's take a look at it. And to your point, James, how did that leg hold up? But he might have driven that knee right back into that ramp as well. But not often do you see pain etched on the face of Kratos. I think Kratos has a little fear in his soul right now after eating that big shot.
Yeah, that look of intensity maybe being wiped away into that of cover.
It's going to be a big motivational thing for Bennett, knowing that he's damaged the big man. He's got him reeling back a little. If he can continue this pressure and not let JR Kratos get a second to recover, he could definitely take control of this matchup.
Fighting with everything he's got is Mike Bennett. Iron Mike Bennett, he was, has been known as the miracle in the past. It might take a miracle to get by this absolute monster in Kratos. And this thing, it's going back to a slugfest, guys. You gotta love it. A heavyweight brawl here. Two great competitors just going toe-to-toe.
Nothing like watching two big men exchange punches.
That's just not where I'd want to be if I was Bennett, but it's working for him, or at least it was.
It was, yeah. You can make that past tense now, pal. After that, he ran right into that big forearm. Full head of steam. Oh, and what a clothesline by Kratos. And down goes Bennett, but Kratos unable to immediately capitalize, but it may be a moot point, because that might have been enough. Here we go, looking for the victory, and Bennett continues to fight on.
I can't believe Bennett was able to get the shoulder up there, because that clothesline, it sounded like it rattled Mike's bones. I mean, that was some power.
That could have decapitated any other human being. That was a huge lariat.
Yeah, I mean, you're not kidding, and obviously you got to think that it's going to be very tough. We're creeping up on Halloween, but right now, no home decoration has more cobwebs than the head of Mike Bennett, and he's going to have to clear them. He's in big-time trouble.
Well, I will say, in his two performances on Primetime Live, is that he does seem to always keep in the back of his mind what he is fighting for. We saw it against Nick Aldis. He didn't want to tap because he was fighting for his family, but he might be out of it. He's able to escape, goes low with that kick. Smart move.
Yeah, sound strategy on the big guy. Take out that wheel.
Exactly. If you can take his legs out from under him, you can really take away his ability to move, attack, and do a whole bunch of things. And if you can put JR on his back and get on top of him, you significantly reduce his ability to use his size and strength.
Yeah, you take away that size discrepancy when you can make him horizontal. But even grabbing a body part, he's just such a massive human being. His body, he's just so thick everywhere, it's tough to execute a move against this guy.
Bennett just has to stop going for such big maneuvers. If he does slightly smaller chain wrestling techniques and gets Kratos to his back with these big slams, more than once have not paid off. Well, maybe he gets him here.
I agree with you, but think of what the Death Valley driver did. I mean, he's got to shoot his shot. He's got to throw it all in there. Both guys have on their magnetic boots, and it's Bennett that gets it done. Digs down deep, scores with the suplex.
On one leg, he has got to get it covered. This could be his best opportunity to get past Kratos here. He gets it.
Yep, he's able to capitalize. And a kick out with authority.
And Kratos is coming back to life here. He might have just eaten a big slam, but look at the look on his face. Look at Mike Bennett.
Yeah, both guys have got their war face on, and this has been a war since the opening bell. Bell to bell, you take them to hell, and that's what these two are doing. This has been one hell of a fight. Look at this, catches him, slam, all the body weight down. It's been a great effort, but it's not for Bennett, but no, finds a way to kick out.
Just an absolute walloping melee between Kratos and Mike Bennett. I cannot believe that both of these competitors are still in it and still pushing forward.
Kratos has got to be wondering, what does he have to do to put Mike Bennett away? I mean, man, he's hit him with as much striking as he can. Huge power slam there. What else does he have in his arsenal that can stop Bennett if that hasn't yet?
Bennett is just willing himself on. Oh, nice roll up though. Here by Kratos, look at the power. Look at the power by Kratos. Just able to get, the arm came out, guys. Came out now the spear. He loves that as step one. He loves to follow it up with the Hail Mary, but I don't know. It's 4th down. Can he complete? Can he convert?
Bennett scored with the spear, but then immediately began grabbing his shoulder, obviously still favoring that knee. He is losing limbs every time he scores with something on Kratos.
Kratos might have lost a limb there too. We saw him try and muscle up Bennett to slam him. Not a whole lot of pretty technique to it, and it looked like he might have hurt himself.
Oh, here we go. Didn't work before. Going back to it, looking for the Hail Mary. Looking to throw the long bomb. Can he get the big man up? Kratos trying to sprawl. Kratos counters into a double leg. Steps over. I think Kratos was looking to maybe lock him in that game changer. That's how he likes to put people away, but wise to it there was Bennett. He's another shot. My God. Bennett's going to be eating only soft foods for a while after this.
I give him a ton of credit for standing there with that monster, but he's got to switch the game plan up. He's not here to earn respect. He's here to win.
Kratos just rearranging Bennett's face with that slap.
Oh, but telegraph that one. Out here. Beautiful high-impact maneuver there by Bennett.
It's a much smarter high-impact maneuver where he didn't try and lift him all the way up. It was just enough to get the slam back down. Now he's going to the top.
Boy, does he have enough left in that leg. And, you know, just after being attacked earlier. Oh, look at the big man. Vertical leap, flying knee by Kratos. Cuts him off.
I was going to say it looked like Kratos was finally running out of steam, but would be speaking too soon. Kratos once again in the driver's seat and looking for something big that could finish off Mike Bennett here, perhaps a superplex.
And he pops and floats over, and he's not done. He's not done. The most feared looking to live up to it, but a cradle inside. Now is that going to do it? No, too much power. Kicks out. Wow, what a series here, back and forth. Who wants it more? Who can get the win?
Man, if Kratos is at what he's got to do to
There's
put
the spear. He caught him again, Blake.
This could be it right here.
Oh, he wants it. He wants it. Hail Mary.
Full of pain. That's got to be it.
Here's the cover. I wouldn't go that far just yet. Kratos looking to kick out here.
Here is your winner, Mike Bennett.
On Sunday, July 11th, everybody dies. Lance Archer is coming to Memphis Wrestling.
Memphis, oh Memphis. I don't know if you're ready for the Murder Dog Monster, because Lance Archer from All Elite Wrestling is coming your way on July 11th, and in the best way possible. Everybody die.
Get your VIP experience tickets now at ChampionshipWrestlingMemphis.com.